the other thing, Bryan, I remember you recalling the story, the 92-3 win against the Reds. Can you tell us what happened in the week, what Heineken did to instill a belief in you guys, or was it a culture thing that you'd built up over years?
I think it was a mix of a lot of things. I think the culture, and I think we really prided ourselves as the Bulls back then to sort of come out from the impossible. And in 2007, we were able to watch the Crusaders game that morning on the Friday before captain's run, and we got together in the afternoon. And Heineken is a great guy in terms of mentally motivating guys. He's very well-read, well-spoken. He understands the deeper meanings of the way the game should be played. So he's constantly reading into the Vince Lombardis of the world. And those deep guys. And we actually got into the auditorium on that Friday evening, and as we sat down, he flipped over a piece of paper on the whiteboard, and on it stood 72. And for a lot of us, we sort of knew what it meant to have to get 72 points to get a home semi-final. But it wasn't the 72 that sort of got us motivated. It was the actual thing where he said he believes as a coach that this team sitting in front of him is good enough, and if we as players don't believe it's not possible, don't believe that we actually can achieve this momentous task at hand, then he doesn't want us in this room. He said to us he believes that each and every one of us that he'd handpicked to be a part of this team to achieve success, and he believed that we did it. And if any one of us as players or as individuals didn't believe that, he didn't want us in that room. Suffice to say, not one of us stood up to leave that auditorium that day. And 92-3 was probably one of the most amazing rugby stories I've ever been involved of.
Bryan, a final question. Actually, two final questions. What's left for Bryan Habana?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've signed for 3 years now with Western Province and the Stormers, and I firmly believe that we've laid a great foundation over the last 2 years. We've come unbelievably close. 2010, the first time the Stormers as a team ever got into a Super Rugby final. So I think for me, definitely, I definitely still like to make a difference, not only for the Stormers but the Springboks as well. There's a lot of great talent coming through our country, which is making places a lot tougher to get now. So I definitely think there's still a couple of test matches under my belt that I want to achieve.
Good to hear.
A couple of scoring opportunities. I've got a Springbok record now, but I'd love to be, hopefully be the first Springbok to get to 50 tries for my country. Make a difference to Western Province and the Stormers, both on and off the field, in what is a great part of our country, a passionate part of our country, and hopefully see us win some silverware.
So I'm the coach of the Stormers, and I've got to coach Bryan Habana, Jean de Villiers, Schalk Burger. How do I coach you guys now, as opposed to how I might have coached you 5-6 years ago? Is there a difference?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a difference. I think guys like John and Schalk, myself, Andries, it's more about being leaders now, and it's more about not only as a coach delegating from the top down, but integrating more than what it is delegation. When in the past it was always like the captain's going to do this, your vice captain's going to do that. It's about integrating your leaders in the team, finding out what it's like for them in terms of your team environment. What are their thoughts? Because I think players have not only become mentally stronger, but they've also become a lot more professional now. Yeah. So guys like myself, Schalk, John, Andries, sort of understand the game a bit better. We know what it takes to be the best in the world. We know what it takes if you as a player want to become the best in the world. So I think for coaches to be able to lean on that, but still have the prerogative to delegate. So it is an integration with your senior players, but still being able to have that authority to delegate from the top down is going to be pretty important. And I think at the end of it, we all want to achieve success, but the only way we're going to do that is if we enjoy it. I think that's pretty 100%. Important. I think we sometimes, not only in rugby and in professional sport, but in our professions all the time. And I think we're fortunate to be doing something we love, but we sometimes forget to actually love it. We make it so professional that we forget to enjoy it. We forget to remember the real reason why we started playing this amazing game. So make that delegation and integration important, but make sure that there's always that constant professional enjoyment factor there as well.
100%. Bryan, thanks so much for making time today. I know you've got a big game tomorrow, and I hope it goes as well as it can do. I think I'd like you not to pull off on our golf games. I think it's time we hit the golf course, and I just showed you how it's done, show your mental strength on the greens.
The last time you were there, your mental strength wasn't too good. You pulled through eventually, but it was more by luck than was my mental strength. My golf's actually going down at the moment. I've got guys like Gio Aplon and John de Jong fighting close. Not beating me, but close on my heels. So I'd love to catch up with that game again, and all the best to you guys. It's sad not to have you around, but hopefully we'll pull you into 1 or 2 backs events in the next couple of while.
Brian, I look forward to being associated with you guys again. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Cheers, Brian. Thanks. And that's it all for this time on Head Start Sport TV. Thank you very much for joining us for our first edition. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Thanks to Brian for his time and his fascinating insights, as well as to Adidas for partnering with us. Please visit us for more information on our website at www.headstartsport.co.za or follow us on Twitter at The Sporting Mind. We look forward to seeing you next time for more great insights.